The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with a board-certified behavior analyst who has experience with autism before starting any intensive behavioral intervention. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good afternoon and welcome to this special edition of Autism Live. I'm Shannon Penrod and I'm here with the fabulous Dr. Doreen Graham-Piché. And this is our second in a series that we're doing this week. We've added these special shows in the middle of the day to bring all of you a message of hope and to share some incredible people and to throw some wonderful love upon them, because we've got some heroes that are going to be joining us today, and they're very special people, aren't they, Dr. Graham-Piché?
Absolutely. They are the CARD heroes. We're very excited about this show.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, CARD is the Center for Autism and Related Disorders, an amazing organization that Dr. Graham-Piché founded. And it is, they're celebrating their 30th anniversary this year. That's a long time to be in the field of helping individuals on the autism spectrum. I have a special love for CARD because on my worst day ever, when I was a parent and didn't know what to do because my child had been diagnosed with autism, and I had people were telling me all the things he wasn't going to be able to do in his life, I found a family who showed me their child who was amazing. And I said, "What are you people doing?" And they said, "You need to go to a place called CARD. It's just, 30 miles that direction and miracles happen there." That's literally what they said to me. And it started us on a path that changed our lives, saved our lives, and saved my kiddo's life. And I am forever deeply, deeply appreciative and grateful to people like Dr. Graham-Piché and the kinds of people that you guys are going to meet today. Now, it's always a challenge working with kiddos on the spectrum, and these people are always brave and heroic and wonderful. But now, in these very interesting times that we live in, there are special challenges. Is that correct, Dr. Graham-Piché?
That's right. Thank you for that, Shannon. Honestly, I think it's just the reason we did this series of shows is because it's just such a notable thing that our people are doing right now. We still have about 2,000 behavior therapists, behavior technicians who are traveling to people's homes. And that's incredible because we also have given them the option to do telehealth therapy, which is being requested and funded through a lot of the payers. But yet these individuals are so dedicated to the children that they continue to really go out and go above and beyond, I think. And so it occurred to us that it would be important for us to recognize these acts of heroism. And as you said, Shannon, a lot of these folks are going through their own stuff as well, personally, and yet they just continue. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me every time I think about it. These are young folks who get up in the morning and go out there and they take care of the kids and do whatever the families need right now. And they just keep going. And it's an amazing group of people. And I'm really, really thankful to you, Shannon, for allowing us to honor them this way, because I think it's so important for the world to know how special they are.
Well, I was so excited about doing this show yesterday, and I cried through most of it. I was a wet hanky by the time we were done. I was just, the ugly cry situation, because it's just so meaningful and they're so incredible. But I want to focus today the fact that, there's a whole team of people. It's not just one person. When somebody's working with an individual on the spectrum, there's a whole team of people. There are very specific names for those jobs, the different, the people in the wolf pack, as it were, right? That surround this child and this family and make it happen. And we're going to be highlighting some of the different roles with some of the people that we're going to be talking to, because there are the behavior technicians that do the day in, day out therapy, but there are the supervisors that are the BCBAs on the case. And for those of you who feel like you just went to alphabet land, we'll sort of like give you the keys to it as we go along. But it takes a village, and we're going to be keying you into some of the people in the village today and highlighting their individual stories. And I sort of want to just jump in and get started. What do you think, Dr. Grampiche?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
Okay. So our very first card hero, we're hitting it out of the park with the first one here. Deidra King. Hopefully she's there and Traven can get her camera started. She's coming to us from Hartsdale, and she's one of the regional managers. There she is, the fabulous Deidra King. Hello, Deidra. And she's going to be working on getting her sound up, but hello.
Hi.
She's working on it.
Hi,
So
there she is.
There she is. So Deidra, thank you for joining us and for being a card hero and having been a card hero for a while. I want to read something that was written about you. They said, despite managing several centers, Deidra still makes sure that she is in touch with the families, responds to concerns in a timely fashion, and serves as a basis of consistency and support during this difficult time. And we know you're amazing. You're a rock star and have been a rock star for how long? How long have you been at CARD?
In May, it'll be 20 years.
Wow.
Okay, so I just need to take a moment and like cut me off, Shannon, because I'm gonna keep talking about Deidra for a while here. So this girl, unbelievable. I'm so glad, Deidra, that you were nominated and that you're on the show today and you're the first person on the show, because when I saw your name on the list, it just made me very emotional. Because, it is time and it is way overdue also that everyone should be thanking you for everything that you have done, not just at CARD, but for the hundreds of families that you've helped in one way or another over the years. 20 years is no joke. I mean, that is an incredible period of time. But what makes me super emotional is all the different memories I have of the different times of working with you, whether it was, you actually moved to the Middle East and helped us there for a long time. And I just have so many different memories of working with Deidra in different environments, different cities, different situations where we had very severe kids or setting up conferences for families. There's so many things that Deidra has done over the years. Of course, she was a behavior technician herself, and then became a supervisor, BCBA, and then became kind of a manager for one clinic and then multiple clinics. And now as a regional manager, of course, she oversees pretty much the entire sort of region of New York, and has built that area into a fantastic series of clinics where we provide services for so many kids. And even with all of that and that crazy busy schedule, she continues to give every family, every child her personal attention. And honestly, to this day, when I have a family out there where I feel like they need some personal attention, it's always Deidra. And the busiest person there will just jump in and take care of the person no matter what. And so Deidra, thank you. I love you. You're
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that you're on this show, honestly.
And we're not going to let you talk. We're just going to say nice things about you.
Fine.
That's invited you to sit there.
I can just sit here.
I'm kidding, of course. But, I know that Dr. Grampiche has some questions for you, because where you are has been one of the hardest hit regions in the world.
That's right.
So go ahead, Dr. Grampiche.
Tell us, Deidra, how things changed for you from, let's say, the last month or so. How did you experience this whole thing, and what's going on in New York, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I think everything just shifted so quick, because I know when this first started, Doreen, you and I touched base, and it was just starting to happen in Westchester, where we had 2 of our centers. So we quickly shifted from having home-based sessions and center-based sessions So then we shifted everything to center-based sessions, and then we switched back. So we've just had a lot of changes very quick. But I will say that overall, things are going well. It's really hard when you're inside. I've been in the house for about 4 weeks now. So I think when you're not outside, you don't know everything that's going on. So you feel a little bit disconnected in some ways because you don't see it because we're not in the hospitals every day and seeing things that are happening. So I do feel grateful that we have the telehealth now and we're able to connect to our families that way. And that quickly picked up. So I think that's been helping a lot of our families just to keep like a routine established. And so I know for myself, that has been one of the biggest things for me is just to still keep a routine going. Since I have my son at home as well. So we're doing remote learning with him and then scheduling everything out. So I think for the families like that, for me is really my biggest message to them is to let us know what you need and we can help you, because it does make the days feel really long, and you're at like week 3 or week 4, right now, a lot of families have been without services for 3 or 4 weeks, so just getting some sense of routine back. So I've had families that have reached out for things, just how to create a visual schedule, how can they set up their morning routines? So just offering that, that type of advice has been helpful. So things have moved very quickly, but overall, I think that's kind of where we've been really just shifting with the changes and really watching what we can do so that we can provide some service to everybody.
That's right.
I hope that more and more of the families are wanting to do telehealth, and I hope that they saw when Temple Grandin was on the show last week, she was urging the parents to please do the telehealth, telling them that they can do it and that it will work. So I hope they're getting that message, Deidra.
Yeah, and I think the first session, and we were trying to explain, the first session is always a little bit of the hardest session because you're not really sure what to expect and you're having the child to attend to instructions via the iPad. But then after the second or third session, I really feel like, it's starting to pick up, and, we do have the BCBAs have all been available. So that's been nice. And we've just tried to really stay connected. So I just had a call with all my operations managers. And so we're still meeting daily so that we're all connecting. So we're using Zoom a lot and connecting to everybody so that everyone really does feel a part of it. So in that sense, I'm glad to be working, and I'm glad that I can still be doing something, because sitting in the house, without doing anything would really make time pass very slow.
I agree. I was actually just saying that to my husband, that we're very fortunate that we're busy because and that we're able to do this work right now. So have you been in touch with both? I know that as a regional manager, and also Shannon and our viewers, lots of leadership change at CARD, just very new leaders at CARD as well. And so Deidra, as a regional manager, is also kind of getting used to that. So there's a lot of change in general in your world and day-to-day practices. So are you in touch with both CARD therapists and operations managers and supervisors, as well as the families yourself, and you're dealing with both sides of it?
Yes. Yep. So we did on Autism Awareness Day, we had a group call for all of my centers that were in the region. So we had people calling in from New Jersey, we had people calling in from Maine, and we just kind of all got together and had a coffee together just to kind of celebrate the day. Since we couldn't meet in person, we had that for our therapists. So we're reaching out to everybody just because everyone really just wants to connect, and I know that's the big thing that you're hearing everywhere is, everyone's connecting in different ways. So we're doing a lot of that. And then also with the therapists as well. And then the parents. So there is a lot that can be done. It's just a lot of change really quick.
Absolutely. And how are your therapists doing? Are they holding it together? Are they okay?
We are. We have had a lot of therapists that have gone on leave of absence, being that, we are in New York and we're so close to everything that's happening. We've had some families that have had family members that have become tested positive, or we've had people in self-quarantine. So we do have a lot of therapists that are taking time to be with their families, which we totally respect and understand. And then we have some that are still in the field. So And we don't have any centers that don't have any therapists going into the homes, but it is getting less and less. But then we have a lot coming back to do the telehealth services as well.
That's pretty amazing and just incredible. Just wonderful.
And you are incredible, Deidra, and you've been incredible for 20 years, but I'm glad that we have this opportunity today to say that you are a card hero, and thank you for all the work that you've done, but most especially during this emergency, you've shown yourself as a true leader.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. It's nice to connect to both of you as well.
And we miss you. And is everybody at home good? And with your son and your husband, and personally, you're hanging in there, huh?
Yep. Yeah, we've been good. We have a lot of time together. We've all been home for 3 weeks together. So it's been good. So we're setting up our routines, having lunch together, breakfast together, so
great.
we're good. We're all getting along well. So it's
wonderful.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I know that there's lots and lots of families and therapists and supervisors and OMs all wanting to send you a big hug, because you are a wonderful leader and also a very, very compassionate boss and person and friend. So I want to thank you, because you're helping a lot of people get through this.
One of our viewers just said, "I don't know you, but thank you." And I think we all feel that way. So thank you, Deidra.
all right. Thank you for having
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And I wanted to take a second, Dr. Grampiche, to just address, we do have a lot of people that are writing in, and I want to let everybody know we love your comments, and we want to say hi to all of you. For those of you who are writing in, we've had a couple of clinical questions of a clinical nature. And I want to point out that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Dr. Grampiche will be with us and be answering those questions. So if you send questions in now, I will bank them for tomorrow morning. We have a very tight schedule today to fit all of our heroes in. So I apologize, but we're going to save those for tomorrow. But we're saying hello and sending you love. Now, our next person ended up not being able to join us today, but I need to still give a shout out to him, because such a remarkable human being. Michael Lamb is not able to join us today, but I'm hoping that he'll be able to join us later on in the week. But I just wanted to say that he is a veteran who works with our kids and is studying to be a BCBA and is a remarkable person. I'll save the comments that we have, but we want to say to Michael, that we'll be able to catch you on the flip later on this week. And thank you. You truly are a card hero. But the next person on our schedule we have is Krysta Babin. Is Krysta with us on the call at the moment? Traven, and can we get her camera up? There she is. Hi, Krysta. And I'm going to take just a second. She's going to get connected. Hi.
Hi. How are you doing? Hi.
We're so thrilled to have you here. And thank you. And Krysta, I want to tell you some of the things that were said about you, that you not only stepped in and went from a center with 3 families taking services to 13 families taking services. You are somebody who's known for regularly checking in with the families, and that you are just awesome in terms of that. You support and you do schedules for your BCBA and your BCABA. And that anytime somebody asks you for help with the center, you, in order to get more hours, you are immediate and you jump right on it. I hear that you are also a mom yourself. So this this might be an extra challenge for you, but that you are always willing to suit up and be there, and that you organized a video for your families, and that you check on your staff and families regularly. You're awesome. Thank you for being a card hero.
Thank you. It's been very, very an adventure for sure this past couple of weeks, but it's been really fun. It's a new challenge, I can say. But yeah.
That's amazing. So first of all, thank you so much, Krysta. I'm going to thank you on behalf of all the other Cardians and on behalf of all of our families. Tell me how things have changed for you over the past month, and what are you experiencing? I see that you're working from home like all of our lovely OMs. How has your work life changed, but also how are you doing personally and at home and with everything that's going on?
Personally, good. I mean, yeah, definitely things have shifted. I have 3 children. And out of those 3 children, I have 2 that are in school. So juggling, you know, now we're doing like the homeschool thing. So juggling that with work, I mean, it definitely takes a village. I have lovely parents that have stepped in and helped. So I always say I can't do life without them because it has just been so wonderful to help with their help. But yeah, like it's just been different, but it's been good. I mean, the challenges with work, you know, like just trying to be supportive for our families because I mean, it's hard, but it's been fun. I mean, I miss the kids for sure.
Yeah.
I miss them, but yeah.
What clinic are you in?
I'm from the Gonzales, Louisiana clinic.
Louisiana, that's right.
And you said OM, Dr. Grampiche, but some people may be watching and not know that what that means. So would one of you like to explain what OM stands for?
I am the operations manager. So I pretty much make sure that everything runs smoothly in our whole facility. If parents have any questions or anything, I'm kind of like their go-to person, kind of like that middleman. If they need any scheduling advice or any scheduling help, I help them, you know, contact the BCBA and all that good stuff.
Yeah. And I have to also say, I'm very happy that we're honoring a couple of OMs today. Krysta, you being one of them as well, because, you know, our OMs basically had to take on the job of the ACs as well, our assistant coordinators, because, you know, over time, of course, we've now had to downsize that card as well. And so not only have our operations managers moved to their home setting, they're pretty much now our only administrative person, operations person in our clinics. So Krysta would be dealing with everything from you know, schedules to any kind of concern or issue should come up, to making sure all the employees are well, all the families are well. I can imagine that your hours or your workload has been pretty intensified over the last month or so. So I really want to thank you because, you know, under those conditions and with all the stress that we're all surrounded by, when we get a nomination like this, where people are writing long stories about how amazing you are and how you've touched so many, I think one of the folks who wrote in is a different clinic, and they're saying that you even help other clinics, you know, and you're just amazing to go above and beyond. And the key, you know, and you truly are one of our heroes here, Krysta. And what I keep finding the similarity in our heroes is this desire to just help others no matter how they can. And you're clearly doing that, even though you have 3 little ones at home and your own plate is pretty full too. So thank you very much for being such an amazing person. It makes me proud to have Cardians like you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it for sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us and being a card hero. We so appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Krysta.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I get so emotional. These young people, they're so driven and they're so, they want to serve. It's very humbling. In fact, our next hero is also one of those OMs, one of those operations managers coming to us from Edison. And that's Colleen Cassidy. Colleen, are you there, Colleen? And while she is getting sorted out and we're finding where her camera is, I want to say, well, I want her to hear what they said about her. Because of
Edison?
I believe that Edison is in New Jersey. Am I correct, Colleen? Hi, Colleen.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
It's like a spot geography test. Did I passed? You're in New Jersey?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Well, we're so excited that you're here with us because you truly are a card hero. And I want to say to you, a family reached out to nominate you for this, and that's a very special nomination. And they said Colleen is doing an amazing job reaching out to us, helping us with scheduling and all of the changes. And let me just tell you, with all that a parent has going on right now, to stop everything and go, I'm going to type this into someplace. You have to be hitting it out of the park, woman. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colleen. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how long you've been at CARD. What's going on? How did things change for you? How are you coping personally? You're so young to be OM. That's amazing. You must have moved up very fast.
Well, I've been with CARD. It'll be I think yesterday was 11 months, so almost a year now. Originally I went to art school and I had a career in retail management after that.
Wow.
So I was a manager in retail for 7 years, running clothing stores, and then I needed a change and I got a career coach, and that's how I ended up finding CARD. So and the changes have been a lot. It's strange being home all the time and not at the office with people buzzing around all the time.
One of your families is watching right now, and they've just written in on the live feature and said, we love Colleen. She is the best. Isn't that lovely?
Yes, thank you.
That's high praise. I'm telling you, high praise.
That's super nice. I'm so glad that they wrote in because, Colleen, just saying thank you to you guys is not enough, but we really wanted to just take this opportunity to shine a light on yourself and the folks who are also being honored today, because you're going above and beyond. Like, a lot of people right now are not really doing all the things that you're doing. So you just calling the families, and for us to hear from families how touched they are and how safe they feel talking to you, and knowing that you're going to do whatever you can to schedule sessions for them, to help them in every way. So I'm pretty sure that if your families are writing in about you this way, your employees are also feeling the same way. So, it's always wonderful to talk to an OM who is managing a clinic so well, because that's honestly my vision would be to have all of our sites managed the way you're doing it, with empathy and with wonderful quality, taking care of everyone, making sure that we're able to help people. And so thank you very much for doing all of that.
Yeah, of course. I just want to help.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, so let me ask you another question. What's the hardest thing that you've had to experience through this?
Just hearing how worried the parents are about the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very.
It's emotional.
Are they worried that their kids will regress? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and just hearing on the phone, hearing how overwhelmed they are with everything. So, I mean, if there's anything I can do to try to make that easier for them at all, then I want to do it.
That's amazing.
And I just want to acknowledge that this is the thing that I'm so excited that we're doing this so that people can see, because look, Colleen, you are so young. I have dresses older than you. Okay. Can we be honest here? And for somebody your age to obviously care so much, because we heard the emotion in your voice when you just said that the parents are worried, and that obviously touches a place in your heart. Can I tell you how much hope that gives all of us, to know that people like you care that deeply, to know that that's whose hands our families are in, makes me so happy. And I know clearly your families feel it, because they're writing in right now. It's amazing. And so you got me all emotional. I said I wasn't going to do that today, Colleen. But honestly, what a rock star you are. What a hero you are. You're doing okay though? Yeah,
I'm fine.
Are you with your own family or with roommates, or who are you staying with?
I'm at home with my husband.
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
Not that young.
Well, you look it.
Yeah. Is New Jersey also finally on lockdown now?
For the most part. I mean, they still have the essential businesses open and everything like that. But yeah, most things are closed here. And where I live is only about 40 minutes outside of Manhattan, which is the epicenter right now. So
that makes sense.
Pretty close to it.
Well, bless you. Thank you for being such a CARD hero.
Thank you.
And you know, stay safe, stay well, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, you make us so proud, Colleen. Take care of
Thank you.
yourself. Be healthy.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
We've
Bye.
had several families write in and say, you know, how much they're loving this and that they have people that they want to nominate. If you have somebody that you want to nominate, there's still time. Write to me, s.penrod@autism-live.com. You can nominate somebody. I love that somebody wrote in who's not a card family, who wrote in and said, what a way to encourage and recognize your people. They sure are as affected as the rest of us, but they continue to rise to the occasion. I'm not sure if we have one, I think a card office here in Virginia, and let me tell you that you do, but that you have good people working with you, and that's wonderful to hear. And hello to Helen, who says, hello, Shannon and Dr. Doreen, and they're saying amazing job. So there we go. Okay, our next person, are we ready for our next person? Our next hero who's joining us is Christine Antunes, and I'm sure I've said her name wrong, who is an ASOOP, and we'll have either you or her explain to us what an ASOOP is, and she's coming to us from Hartsdale. So, and she is another one. Hello, Christine. It's going to take her for a second, but I do want to say that she is another one that was nominated by a family, and I think there's something incredible about being nominated by your peers, your coworkers, but there is something extra special and sparkly about being nominated by a family, especially in these times. Christine, are you able to hear us yet?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Yay, welcome.
Thank you.
So lovely to have you on the show. And I just want to quickly say, Christine is an assistant supervisor, ASOOP. And our assistant supervisors are I want to say they're the group of people at CARD that respect is not the word. It's kind of like, I feel like they are the most amazing, hardworking, dedicated, talented group of people I admire. That's the word I admire the most, because all of our ASOOPs, and I'm sure, Christine, if we're getting nominations for you from families, this would probably describe you as well. Our ASOOPs work so hard, and I'm wondering, Christine, are you still going to the homes, or are you doing a lot of telehealth?
I'm doing telehealth now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that's what we're hoping. And of course, you're in New York, Hartsdale, so that's great. And we're hoping to do more and more telehealth just for the safety aspect of it, if nothing else. And tell us, Christine, how has life been for you over the last 4 weeks or so as the world has been changing?
It's been getting some used to. I'm so used to being able to go to the clients' homes and to the center and being able to see family all the time. So it's just different having to talk through videos and not being able to step out and go too far. All it's been has been walking the dog outside, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to say,
all the dogs are getting really good exercise over this time.
They are. I didn't get a chance to say what the family said about her, though. I want to make sure she gets to hear that you were nominated by one of your families, and they said that you are remarkable. They said that they said our ASOOP, exclamation point, and that you are amazing, that you are the longest running therapy on our case, and that you know us best. They feel taken care of, and that they are taken care of, and that their child is taken care of. So that's pretty high praise, Christine.
Oh, that's nice.
Absolutely. And Christine, tell me how it is doing therapy via telehealth. Is it working, or is it what are the particular things that are difficult?
I think the kids definitely know that we can't go to the screen and make them do anything. So I think most of the challenges are getting that compliance going and just getting them to listen. I mean, I've been pretty creative with doing different backgrounds and wearing different things like Minnie Mouse ears and using my dog and different stuffed animals and trying to engage them as best as I can.
That's right. It ends up being the better you are at rewarding and reinforcing, the more your children will pay attention. But that's terrific. I want to say thank you, because I know that a lot of the families are really, really in need of this support. And honestly, even if our goal right now is not about like teaching a lot of new skills or placing heavy demands on the kids, it's more about maintaining their skills and also about helping them establish a routine. Christine, we got a lot of memos from families telling us that as soon as their child had their first telehealth session, just the familiar face of the therapist helped them really be calm the rest of the day. So I'm pretty sure that you doing all these different types of interventions, it's really helping a lot of the families. And I want to thank you because I know it's particularly scary living in New York right now.
Definitely. I mean, we're getting hit pretty hard. I don't live in New York City, at least. I know they're getting hit a lot worse. But I'm originally from Westchester and from Yonkers, and I'm hearing they're like a really, really bad hotspot right now.
Yeah.
How are you doing yourself? Are you living, or do you have people that you're with so that you're not completely isolated yourself?
I live with my fiance, and then I've been talking to my mom via phone every day, so at least I have her, but I haven't been able to see my niece at all because she's only 1.5. So that's been a bit difficult. And you can say hi to neighbors, but you have to keep your distance.
Yeah. It's a tough time.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But you know what I think makes it better for so many of us is hearing these inspirational stories of people like you who are finding a way to continue helping our kiddos. I think at some point, Dr. Granpeesheh, we got to do a video about all these fun and crazy things that they're doing to engage with the kids on telehealth. Because I hear that and I want to see these things. It sounds like great fun. I know how inventive and talented you people are. But Christine, thank you so much for being with us today and for all the work that you're doing. You really are a card hero.
Thank you so much, Christine. I mean, this is like a difficult situation for everyone, and you guys are going above and beyond to continue going out there and helping families in every possible way. So thank you very much. And I hope you stay healthy, and God willing, this whole thing will be over soon.
Thank you guys so much. It's been such an honor speaking to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Really, I don't know about you, but I feel like the honor is all ours. These incredible people.
Honestly, Shannon, honestly, yeah.
Just makes me want to stay up all night and work because they're so incredible. So, but we want to keep pressing on because we've got more heroes and they're filled with light. So Christina Dunham is an operations manager from Wenatchee who's joining us next. And I hear some pretty amazing things about her, and Traven's going to get her camera up and running and her sound up and running. I don't know where Wenatchee is. Do you know where Wenatchee is, Dr. Granpeesheh?
I don't know half of the cities. There's Christina. She's joining us. There you are.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Where is Wenatchee?
We are in Central Washington. We're about 2.5 hours east of Seattle.
That makes perfect sense. Christina, we're so excited you're joining us because you're one of our card heroes, and we want to take a second to celebrate you. We had some folks write in some really fun stuff about you. They say that you have truly been a backbone to the team, that you have gone above and beyond to be supportive of all of the staff and all of the families, that you always listen to concerns and provide feedback and ideas, that you are extremely collaborative, that you always have a bright, happy attitude, and that you strive to keep the workplace running smoothly, as well as keeping the employees happy. And they say, I can't say enough good things about her. And I know, they say, I think she truly represents the card spirit. That's some pretty high praise right there too. So thank you. Thank you for all of that and being such a wonderful, wonderful person in your center.
Well, thank you. It's funny because I read that, and then when you're reading it to me, it just kind of sinks in and I'm like all teary-eyed. I just appreciate so much my entire group of people. I miss them so much. And I couldn't do what I do. I tell them all the time, like I literally would not be here without you guys. I love our families and they're so much fun and I miss the kids. But my staff, like I just, all those relationships with them, it's lonely for sure. So
yeah. But thank you very much. And Shannon, for our viewers, Christina is also an operations manager, as we said, and that means that she is pretty much running all the operations. And as I said before, that now, given that we've also downsized, Christina would be also dealing with all the schedules, all the phone calls on all sides of it. So Christina, tell me, how are you yourself doing working from home with kind of all this double schedule now? How are you personally holding up?
I'm actually doing decently well. I did definitely miss being around people. I'm such a people person. I miss the kids. And it's been a challenge, and I'm spending, I felt like I was doing something bad at first. Like, you wake up and you just go and sit at your desk going, okay, what do I do? But you kind of just learn this new routine and you just jump into it. And it's actually been really nice. I definitely miss every single day going back into the center and having that connection. But we get really creative here about ways to connect. Last week and weekly now, we do group sessions, just like a voluntary hangout session on Zoom where everybody kind of gets together, and it kind of feels like that homey feel that we all miss. So, and I get that same feedback from my staff too.
Well, you are incredible. And one of your parents has written in, they're watching, and they say, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being there for our families.
I love them. I probably, they say don't get attached, but I definitely, every single one of the families, they just bring something so special, and all of the different personalities. And it really, we live in a smaller community. We're the only card center within about 2.5 hours in any one direction. And so it's just this team mentality where we just sort of figure things out as we go along, and we just have this, it feels like a family, and everybody knows each other by name, not just the families, but the staff and all of the kids. And it's just super fun to kind of watch how that's unfolded, because I've been there since the beginning, since Wenatchee got planted. So I love the change, and I love all the differences, and we're making a real difference in a community that didn't have ABA before.
I love it. I love hearing all of this. It makes me so proud to hear all of this. And I hope that, first of all, just a sincere thanks to you, Christina, because this is kind of the stuff that I love hearing. It's just, we expand so quickly through the country because there's so many people in need of help. And when I have the opportunity to talk to an OM such as yourself, who truly embodies all the things that I want at CARD, like the compassion and the empathy and the caring, and yet you're very capable as well in your job, all of that. I hope that your area actually will expand when all of this is over. And I hope that you'll end up covering more and more families and helping more and more Cardians, because you're doing an absolute fantastic job. And it's, they say through these hard times, we find the people who shine through, and you're definitely one of those. So I really want to thank you for all of your hard work.
I appreciate that. And we appreciate you. I mean, we wouldn't be here without you guys either. It's just this collaborative mind that I'm so blessed and proud to be a part of, and just how it just has grown. And it really is it's so cliche, but it really is a family. And it feels like home, I can't wait to go home and go back to the center for sure.
Oh, we'll be celebrating that day.
We will be.
For sure.
One of your parents just said, we always say CARD family, and it's so true. I am glad we have so many great people keeping families together, and it is true. And you are one of those people, Christina. Thank you so much for being a CARD hero.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful rest of the week, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye. I want to do a shout out to Leanne, who's watching us. Hello. We love Leanne. Okay. And then I'm not sure, because an email has come in, but I didn't get to read it, about whether we're having our next guest or not, our next hero. But if Adrianna Davila is there, I have not seen the email, so I'm not sure. Traven, do you have her there? I'm going to say this, that she is also an operations manager from the Thousand Oaks office, and she was nominated, but I think that there's a reason why we aren't able to have her on today, which is okay. Hopefully we can reschedule her for later on the week, but we do want to give her a shout out and say thank you to her for being a card hero. So I think we need to move on to, honestly, when I saw that this person was on the list, I plotzed. I was like, oh, how happy am I? Because this is somebody I know from way back when. We're welcoming a card hero, Alex Williams, onto the show. This is a thing that makes me really happy. He is a senior clinical manager at a couple of offices, the Woodland Hills office and the Santa Clarita office here in Southern California. And Traven, if we have him, let's get his camera up and going. But he's been a rock star since minute one. He's somebody that we didn't have him for very long on our case, but he, we had to have been one of the first families he ever came to, because it was a hot minute ago. And he came in on our case and I went, oh, he's a rock star in training. You know how sometimes you just meet somebody and you go, oh, that one's a live wire, and all the families love him. Everybody says nice things. Oh, so Adrianna was there. Do we have her now?
We got her back. Maybe we can.
Let's go to Adrianna and then we'll come back for Alex. But Adrianna, are you there? I don't know what's happening. Did she think I gave up on her? That would hurt my feelings. For her, not for me. I would feel bad for her.
Whoever you can get on, Traven.
Give us whoever. And if Alex is there, let's give us Alex. And then maybe if Leah's watching, she can call Adrianna and tell her I'm a buffoon and ask her to come back, which is nothing new to anybody that I'm a buffoon. There's Alex. He can't hear us yet, but he'll hear us in a minute. Hey, Alex.
Hey, how's it going, Shannon?
I was saying nice things about you behind your back.
Oh, thank you.
I feel I gotta say, Alex, welcome to the show. But I have to say, a lot of the parents write into us and they tell us that as soon as their child sees a familiar face on the screen, it just makes them feel so much better. And I want to say that's how I felt when I saw your face on screen. It's like, oh my gosh, I missed Alex. It's so nice to have him on the show.
That means a lot. Yeah, I definitely feel the same way whenever I see a kid that I haven't seen in a month. You start picking up on things like, oh, you got a haircut. Is that a loose tooth? So you definitely miss the face-to-face interaction.
Well, Alex, welcome. I can't believe we haven't had you on the show before, because you truly are a card hero. I know that firsthand. And you're remarkable. You were nominated, I think, by both your fellow workers and a family. They said here, Alex is working around the clock to contact families and get them on board with telehealth while juggling his stress as his daughter has been sick and his wife lost her job. I want to start with, how's your daughter? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's dealing with the change in schedule, and she's perfectly healthy. It's just given the winds and the allergy season, she's coughing up a little bit, but nothing too bad.
Thank you for specifying that. But anybody who has come to our Sensitive Santa event any year knows Alex, because Alex is always there, like making the fun happen, and knows his daughter because his daughter comes and she is the cutest, sweetest, most wonderful thing on legs. She is such a delight, and she pretty much runs the show while she's there. That she will run card one day.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so, Alex, how are you doing? Tell us how things are going for you. It's a big change for all of our folks. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. The first week was kind of definitely difficult, just dealing with connectivity, just dealing with the change in environment, and parents were really standoffish as we got more information about the schools, the closures. Parents have been a little bit more receptive to our services, and they're opening their doors. But I'm doing great, and I'm can't complain.
Yeah,
You-
absolutely.
You are amazing. You know, people may not know this. I don't even know if you know this, Dr. Grampiche. You probably do because we talked about it. But was it 2 years ago, Alex, that you and I went and did a special session with the Disneyland Santas where we were teaching them?
Yeah,
how-
that was, I think, almost 3 years ago.
So Alex and I went to Disneyland and got a special session with and helped them to train their Santas so that they would know how to deal with all the sensory issues that our kids have. He was amazing. He was just a rock star then. And I've seen you be a rock star so many times.
No, thank
I've
you.
seen Alex be a
Krista.
rock star, therapist, supervisor. He's just an all-around amazing clinician, and it helps a little bit to have the stature and size that he does because all the kids are in awe when he walks in the door. And I gotta say, Alex, like, I'm really thrilled that we had a nomination for you because it's a great opportunity for us to give you this, just shine a light on how amazing you are and all the incredible things that you've done over the years at CARD. How many years have you been here now with us? It's been quite a long time.
It'll be 12 years in May.
Wow, wow. And like just the number of people whose lives you've changed and helped, Alex, is incredible. And your clinic and still is one of our biggest and one of my favorites, and always running incredibly well. And there's so many families that are just so grateful to you all the time. And I want to say, not just families, there's also every Cardian who has contact with you, who works for you, will say the same thing. You're a wonderful leader. You're a fantastic clinician. And I couldn't be happier than the fact that I have the opportunity right now to honor you and to say thank you for everything that you do.
I really appreciate that. I'm kind of cringing in this moment right now just because while I appreciate the nomination, there's just so many people doing way more heavy lifting than I am. I know just to name a few, I have some incredible OMs that I get a chance to collaborate with. They're pretty much running the show as far as, you know, scheduling, contacting families daily. My regional team, I can't say enough about them. I have some wonderful BCBAs that are basically the Swiss Army knife of the office, just trying to fit in wherever they can, whether it's parent collaboration, supervision, telehealth, therapy, whatever they can do. And of course, I have more than a handful of BTs that are going into the house and not batting an eyelash. This is just what they're doing, and it's again, it's humbling, but I stand on their shoulders, and it really means a lot to represent my offices right now. So thank you.
Thank you. And you're right. All of those folks also deserve to be honored. You're absolutely right. And I thank you for mentioning them.
And that's the kind of guy Alex is. He's not going to take the compliment for himself. But I know, because I have been in those offices, Alex, and you walk in and you are the comfort, and you are the glue, and you are the thing. And everybody knows that they're doing the highest level of everything that they can do, and that they're taken care of because of the work that you do. You are truly CARD hero. And it's an honor and a privilege to know you and to get to work with you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Alex. Thank
Well,
you.
Alex, thank you.
Stay healthy, and I hope that things will change soon, and that we'll all get together and celebrate.
Yes, I look forward to the day I can give you guys a big hug again.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Alex. Give our love to your wife and your daughter.
Will do. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye. Now, I'm told that as we go that we can have Adrianna Davis. And so we've got a couple of minutes. I want poor Adrianna, who I made think that she couldn't be on. And I just thought she wasn't there. So Adrianna, are you there? Adrianna! I'm sorry I scared you away, Adrianna.
No, it's fine.
So Adrianna, thank you so much for being a CARD hero. As I was saying before, you are an operations manager out of Thousand Oaks. I want you to know that you were nominated as a CARD hero, and that somebody said about you that you have been working hard to get your staff scheduled and that you are checking in with the families regularly, and that you have been consistent and steady at work despite all of the changes. And we all find that awesome. So thank you so much, Adrianna, for being a rock star and a card hero.
Problem. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you, Adrianna, and I'm so glad you could join us. And thank you very much for continuing to push forward no matter what the circumstances. And
Yeah.
I see that you're, of course, working from home. So tell us a little bit how things have progressed and changed for you over the last month, and how are you doing personally, and kind of what motivates you to keep going?
So it's definitely been an adjustment. One thing that we're extremely used to, even for myself, is just, being around all the kiddos that we service on the day-to-day. We typically have kids at the center from 9:30 up until 7:30 at night. So I think that that's definitely been one of the biggest adjustments, along with not being able to have such close contact with our leadership team. We are very close, so that, that's also been a little bit of a hurdle that we've had to kind of take over. But gradually, I think we're also settling into the situation that we're in. More and more families that were initially hesitant to even attempt telehealth services are now, we're trying to coordinate schedules pretty much on a monthly basis for now. So settling, so, it's not day by day saying, oh, I have a technician here. Also taking account all the recommendations to make sure that we're also keeping our staff safe during this time. And just reaching out, being present, being here. Definitely an adjustment, longer hours for all of us, but at the end of the day, grateful to be here for the families that we serve, and to also, be available for our staff.
That's amazing. And thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. How long have you been with us, Adrianna, at CARD?
It will be 7 years in May.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And so that means that Adrianna has already gone through both the shootings that occurred, unfortunately, a few years ago up in the Thousand Oaks area, as well as the fires that caused us to close down as well. So you have familiarity with these unbelievable emergency, chaotic situations that we all have to cope with.
Correct. Yeah. And I think in thinking, one of the, the biggest hurdles that I've had to come through in my time here at CARD for sure has been that. I think that was one of the toughest, times for all of us. We had staff that were at the place that, luckily we're able to make it. But it was definitely a very difficult time. We also had a family that lost their home during that time, but just that constant reassurance, and how thankful that family was, and our staff, of how supportive you guys came out to our office as well. So it was a really nice to see that, even in the toughest times, we were able to unite as a family, and we were able to push through that. So that's just what we're reminding our staff, they're difficult times, but we've gone through it in the past, not in this sense, but hopefully, this will be past us soon. So.
Yeah, and honestly, it's exactly that attitude that gets us through it. So I really want to thank you, because you are one of the pillars that helps all of our folks get through this tough time. And I know it's probably double work for you guys right now. All of us, we're like, oh my gosh, it's so much more work working at home. But especially you guys, because as an OM, I know that you've also now taken over a lot of the AC's work. And so you're calling families and therapists and everything. And I just want to thank you, because your kind of your diligence and your dedication to keeping this train going is exactly why we're moving forward. And we will get through this. And I thank you so much. You're absolutely making a huge difference in the lives of all of our kids and all of our employees. So thank you so much, Adrianna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being a CARD hero, and thank you for toughing it out when I wasn't sure if you were going to be there.
Oh yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, indeed. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. So that's it. And we've got literally just a minute here at the end, but I don't know about, I know so many of our other rock stars at CARD have written in to cheer on the people that they work with. And we want to say thank you to them as well. I say all the time, I get to work with the best, brightest people that there are. And I'm so proud of the fact that I get to work with these young people. And I know I can't even imagine how it feels for you, Dr. Grampiche, because you created all this.
Yeah, I just feel just blessed. I just feel blessed. I feel like somehow we have managed to not only surround ourselves, but just to put into this world, or we've managed to bring into this world these incredible human beings who all, I have the privilege of saying that they all fall under the umbrella that at some point I, held up, right? And so
you birthed that baby. You created that baby. And you kept it alive.
And let me tell you though, it was a much smaller umbrella when I put it in the ground, and now it's just grown. And these folks are incredible, and they are the reason that we're able to truly do our mission, fulfill our mission, which is just helping people. And whatever it takes, and however they do it, they're doing it right now. And so I thank you, Shannon, for helping me again today honor these incredible folks. And thanks to all of our viewers for watching. And I hope we can distribute this video, as it is very, very just uplifting.
Absolutely. Just as we leave, I want to remind everybody that if this was great for you and you can't get enough of it, tomorrow morning on our first live show of the day, we have Dr. Grampiche back, and she will answer clinical questions during that hour. That's 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. She'll be here. Write your questions in now, write them in live. She'll be here answering your questions, clinical questions about your kiddos. Then we will be back, the two of us, at 2 p.m. tomorrow, if that's what I'm trying to say. Tomorrow, to do the next episode of this CARD Heroes. We've got even more people for you, because the well is almost bottomless on CARD Heroes. I got to be honest with you, there's a lot of them. But so we'll be back with more stories of these wonderful individuals and the ways that they're showing their courage and they're being heroic to ensure that they're treating their patients. It's so inspirational. So all of that will happen tomorrow on Autism Live. We have to leave you today, but we'll see you in the morning. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for yourselves as well. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.